do the report directly to the DA for possible prosecution. Native American communities face an awful lot of obstacles as they're trying to develop their governments of self-reliance. Law enforcement, particularly being able to live safely on a reservation for their families, shouldn't be one of them. This agreement helps that. And with that, I'm urging you to pass this resolution. I also want to point out, though, there's been other people that are behind this, that because of their hard work has made this possible. Les Marston, many of you know, he is nationally renowned for his Indian law abilities, and he was called away for something very important, or he would be here himself. I also want to introduce Lieutenant John Larson. He is also a 20-plus year veteran officer. Some of you may recognize him from Willits PD. He served with me over in Clear Lake PD, and he's now my number 2 man. And of course, the council, under whose leadership this tribe is thriving, developing a strategic plan to be good neighbors. I want to introduce them to you. Pam Espinoza is our councilwoman and tribal secretary. Richard Belly is our vice chairman. And our tribal chairman is Roman Carrillo. And I believe he has a couple words for you also.
Good morning. I just wanted to express on behalf of the tribal council the gratitude and appreciation for being able to present this. And this means a great deal for our tribe. And like Marty's touched on, we have been developing a strategic plan over the past year. And one of the biggest initiatives we have is to create better relationships with state, federal, and local governments. And we believe that this is our first step towards creating a better relationship with Mendocino County. And we look forward to working more closer with the Board of Supervisors and kind of coordinating efforts and working on some of our shared items that we're trying to accomplish. And with that, I'd just like to thank everybody for the consideration, and hopefully today is a historic day and we do get the approval by the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Brown, did you have a question?
Yes, did I hear you say, because it was a concern of mine, obviously this has been worked on previous to my coming on the board, but did I hear you say that all of your peace officers on the reservation have the same certified training as any peace officer would have?
That's correct. Under post guidelines, peace officer standards and training, there's hiring qualifications and then there's training qualifications. All of them have been through a post-police academy, many of them serving elsewhere as police officers before coming over to the tribe, like myself.
Okay. Obviously you understand my concern. The BART transit and what occurred down there, you know, that came to my mind, and I'm glad to hear that they're all certified.
It is an excellent question, and it's been the concern of law enforcement in California for decades. The reality is, not our tribe, but some tribes will say, here is, Joe Brown, he's my nephew, and he's a tribal police officer, so you have to treat him as such. Well, that's not the case, unless he goes through the post-training, the hiring standards, and the like. You're not getting substandard officers. Very common, very truthful in many cases, but not in Hopland. We've worked hard to stop that.
Supervisor Colfax.
Mr. Chairman, unless there is some public comment here, I would like to make the motion to approve.
Are there any members of the public who want to speak on this issue? With that, Supervisor Colfax.
Not seeing this, I would like to thank the chair and the district attorney's office, the tribal chair, Mr. Carrillo, for your efforts to put this together. It is historic, it is significant. This has been a long time coming, and I would like to commend all the efforts that have been made to provide this real service to the community, both within the tribe and the area that I represent outside of the tribal area. So I will move at this time the recommended motion, which is to adopt the resolution of the Mendocino County Board of Supervisors authorizing the intergovernmental agreement between the Hopland Band of Pomo Indians and the Mendocino County District Attorney's Office.
Second. We have a motion by Supervisor Colfax, a second by Supervisor Cowan. And can we have just a vote? I guess we can vote by the button.
Motion carries unanimously.
Okay.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Picture up front.
Sure.
Thank you, we appreciate it. We know that you're one of them.
Yeah.
This really is a story.
Supervisor Colfax, would you like to join your
I
constituents?
think I'll let them all try to get in the frame, get a bigger picture.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, this board is going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back at 10 minutes to 11 on sharp, please. Huh? You are? Trying to push things along.
Oh,
I walked into the department store there.
Since you walked into a bus, I do something bad.
A, the legislative report. Tom, do you?
Actually, I guessed wrong. I thought that you were going to move on to some other items, so let me text Lisa. and
Okay,
get
we
her
can
in here.
move down to, how about the item 6B, the budget offer
How
report?
about we do the budget officer and the CEO while I get Lisa here.
Okay.
So again, as we stated earlier, Jennifer's on jury duty, so I'll be covering her budget report and available to answer questions from the board. It's looking more and more like we will probably have a budget deal by this week. Everybody acknowledges they were out of town last week to attend the president's inauguration. There's a lot of what we call chatter going on. It looks like they may come together and have a budget deal by this Friday. At least we're all hopeful, and then we'll know where the pain will be felt, and we can start adjusting accordingly. Our biggest concern, as we've highlighted to you in this memo that Jennifer has provided, has to do with the available cash. There are many stories circulating around Sacramento right now about balancing the budget on the backs of the county. We've detailed for you the impacts, and sometimes they've talked about as much as a 7-month delay in funding for budgets. We could all be impacted in that. There are some counties that simply can't afford to do that. We're in better financial position than some of our rural partners, but there are counties that only have available cash for a few weeks. Our office and the auditor controller continuing to monitor the situation along with our HHSA agency. We do have concerns about this borrowing, both from the Proposition 1B and Proposition 42 that would occur, and we are just carefully monitoring and we'll report back to you as there's any developments. The other item on here is February 13th is February 23rd or 24th, depending upon our new budget schedule. We will be bringing for you the second quarter reports that all departments will be submitting their analysis of where they are in the county's budget. So any questions from the board?
I don't see any questions. Do you have any other, are you going to want to move to you want to have a legislative report?
Well, Lisa's getting set up. How about if we move on to the CEO's report? Board have any questions relating to that report?